Kimberly Diane Hill was born in Miami, Oklahoma on March 28, 1963, to parents Clyde Ray Hill and Sharon Violet Maples. She had a brother named David and a sister named Marilyn. Between 1982 and 1992, Kimberly served in the U.S. Marine Corps as a corporal and served during the Persian Gulf War. At the time of our story, she was working as a hospice caregiver in Corpus Christi, Texas, and sometimes used the last name Perez. Kimberly enjoyed gardening, skydiving, and going to concerts. The final post to her Facebook account reflects this. On March 25, 2014, she wrote, "Cher concert was the best show I've ever seen. Like 8 stage changes complete with a giant Trojan horse. Ended with her suspended in the air, circling the arena. Awesome." But most of all, Kimberly was a selfless and devoted mother of 2. She had a daughter named Desiree Hill and a son named Kevin Davis Jr., who, along with Kimberly, will become the focus of our story. Kevin was born on December 27, 1995, and was 18 years old at the time of our story. He attended Ray High School and lived with his mother at the Windrush Apartments located on Castores Road in Corpus Christi. According to Kevin, his father, Kevin Sr., was an idiot and was not involved in his life. He also had one half-brother who he'd not seen in some time. Kimberly loved her children and spoke of them often on social media. On March 6, 2013, Kimberly posted an image to her Facebook page that included the caption, "To my children, if I had to choose between loving you and breathing, I would use my last breath to tell you, I love you." Little did she know that just over a year later, Kevin was about to change all of that.
On March 27, 2014, at approximately 10 a.m., Officer Matt Marmon, as well as other officers from the Corpus Christi Police Department, responded to a call for a welfare check at apartment 1707 at the Windrush Apartments. That apartment was rented by none other than Kimberly Hill. This was prompted after the Nueces County Sheriff's Department received a bizarre confession. According to sources, a couple in nearby Robstown were sitting down watching TV when they heard their doorbell ringing. According to the homeowner, Timothy Johnson, a young guy was there wanting to know if we'd call 911 because he committed a murder, so we called the cops. He added that, "When I asked him, 'Who did you kill?' he said his mother. I said, 'How did you kill her?' 'With a hammer. I beat her to death.' I said, 'Why did you do it?' 'Lots of reasons.' That's all he would say. Never told me nothing else." Officer Marmon and company entered the apartment where, sadly, they found Kimberly dead in one of the bedrooms. According to the officers, it looked like that she had been bludgeoned to death with a hammer. Kevin was taken into the Criminal Investigation Division located at the Corpus Christi headquarters by Officer Patsy Jimenez. There, he was read his rights at 11:45 a.m. He was interviewed by detectives Richard Garcia and Ramiro Torres. Before we let Kevin tell you what happened in his own words, we would like to give a very special shout out to our friend Johnny from Morbid Curiosity for supplying this interrogation footage. We'll warn you ahead of time, it is very difficult to watch.
Saying earlier, you've talked to some people, you want to get some stuff off your chest. We're here to listen to you.
Why are you here? What happened?
Tell us what happened.
Well, has anybody gone to the house yet? Do you really?
We know what happened.
We have, but we want to hear it from you.
Or we have an idea. You're the only one looking at us. Start at the beginning, man. What caused all this?
We're just going to cut away for a second here and paraphrase what Kevin told the detectives. He claimed that he asked his mother for permission to remove himself from this earth, if you catch my drift. When the detectives asked him why, this is what he told them.
I'm bored with life. I don't like life. I don't like people. I don't like living it, basically. There's really anything depressing about it. It just is what it is. And so I wrote the note. I did.
When did you write the note?
Around 6-ish, 7-ish.
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
That's in the afternoon and then?
Afternoon.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then
She get upset with you?
Well, no, actually. I mulled it over. And then on a whim, actually, I turned it over, wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister, quite frankly, because that's always been a thing of mine. I'm a bit of a pervert.
We'll be back in just 1 minute. Please stick around for the following ad. It not only supports the channel, but it also supports charities in our area.
This week's episode has been brought to you by Factor, the makers of fresh, high-protein meals delivered right to your door. We love their service, and I know that you will too.
Factor has given us the flexibility to stay active without succumbing to a quick cheat meal when we're short on time. Between the show and trying to stay healthy, we're always on the run. But with Factor, it's just 2 minutes in the microwave and you're done. Now you're fueled with a meal that supports the lifestyle you're trying to keep up with. Our favorites thus far have been the queso fundido and ground beef and the truffle butter filet mignon. Factor takes the guesswork out of clean eating. Meals are free from low-quality seed oils and are gluten-free, both of which are incredibly important to us, especially me who has celiac disease. And if you have other dietary restrictions, then no worries, because Factor offers meal plans such as keto, vegan and veggie, calorie smart, protein plus, and many more.
So what are you waiting for? Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code TheMiseryMachineFB50 to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year.
That's code TheMiseryMachineFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. Thanks, and back to the episode.
Is it like a fantasy thing?
It is, actually. So, that didn't happen. The best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper, because she had decided she was sick of this stuff, and she was going to go send me to live with my sister again. And so I kind of leapt off in a fury and just did it right then and there.
Okay. You did what?
Well, I tried to strangle her with a cord, a ripped cord from a video game console controller. That didn't work, huh?
Where was this at your brother's finger?
She was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Okay.
That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back in the living room, and well, you kind of get the gist from there.
You kind of get the gist from there. Notice how casual he is about all of this. And doing this because he's a pervert? What a weird thing to say.
She was out pretty quickly. Kind of tried to play dead at first, but then I finished it.
So you hit her with a hammer when she was sitting in the sofa in the living room?
No, first I tried to strangle her, and that didn't work. She grabbed the cord, so I raced back into her room, grabbed the hammer, came back out, and then did it.
Okay. How many times did you hit with a hammer in the living room?
At least 20, but then she was still alive. I dragged her into the room, as you probably clearly saw, and then I kind of formed my hands into her brains to kind of just cut it.
He formed his hands into her brain. What the actual fuck, dude?
She was still snoring.
Okay. So she was still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went in there and you kind of grabbed those brains?
Yeah, I just finished it.
Alright. Did you use a knife on her?
Actually, I was going to, but no, I didn't get to do that.
I guess you never got to stab her with a knife?
No.
It was all with a hammer?
It was all with the hammer in my hand.
Where did you hit her with the hammer?
The head.
All in the head area?
All in the head, I believe. I may have gotten her hand because she was covering herself.
Okay.
Is this in the front or the back of the head?
Top, back, mainly. No, actually the entrance wound is around yonder somewhere here.
Okay.
And then, so when you dragged her to the living room, to the bedroom, you kept on hitting her there?
Yeah, I kind of went.
That's where that's when you reached in and grabbed her brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
He kicked at his mother's brain for a bit. I thought the forming of hands was pretty bad, but now we're kicking brains.
And then what did you do after that?
Then I had sex with her corpse.
You did? Did you cut her?
I did, actually.
Have you ever done that before, like that? Sorry.
No, I haven't, actually.
This is just the first time?
Oh, yeah, I lost my to a corpse.
Okay. Did you change in the bathroom?
I did. I took a bath before then. That's a little personal, but yeah, I needed to clean it off, and so, and then I changed, yeah.
Okay, he sounded kind of proud of that fact. Kudos to these two detectives for remaining professional throughout this whole thing, because God knows I can't.
How about your sister? What's your sister's name?
Desiree Hill.
Is she okay?
She is okay, yeah.
Okay.
Where does she live?
At an apartment actually very near here. That big kind of Hispanic thing, like Spanish-looking building.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old apartment complex with a code.
Was it a fantasy of yours to kill her as well?
It was.
Did you write down that on your note?
Oh, I did, actually, but I decided against it because, well, I'd had my fill of killing. I didn't... Seemed a little much.
Mm-hmm.
A little too excessive, yeah.
Well, thank goodness that you've had your fill of killing, Kevin. Thank God for your sister's sake that it seemed a little too much for you, a little excessive. We should all admire your restraint.
So after you went in and you killed her, and you made sure that she was dead by grabbing her brain and moving it around, then you took her clothes off, or what? Or was she already unclothed?
Actually, I had to drag her by her clothes to get her in there. It was very laborious, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a pretty big woman, she's heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, is she your natural mother? Biological mother?
Yeah, actually, she is my natural mother.
Mm-hmm.
I take after my father.
Okay.
Hey, what kind of thrill did you get by having
I'd always loved my mother, I guess in the wrong sort of way, but a kind of love, I guess. Maybe some rage. Maybe just a little.
Was it in a Freudian style?
Freudian? I kind of get where you're coming from. Sure, why not? Yeah.
Alright. Have you killed anybody else before?
I have not.
You just fantasized about it?
I just fantasy, yeah.
I'm not sure Kevin actually knows who Freud is. Anyway, the detective started asking him about what got him to this point. As they start mentioning visiting the self-checkout line again, I'm paraphrasing this for you. They pretty much wanted to know how Kimberly reacted when Kevin brought this up to her prior to him attacking her.
She said, basically, I'm a grown man, and what I do, she can't really stop me. She was distraught over it, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, she said she'd cope with it. If you kill him, that's kind of why she wanted me to go away, why she called my sister to come pick me up, and that's kind of why I just left.
So at that point you got pissed?
Not necessarily. I just knew it was time to act now or never.
How long have you had this thought you went?
It's around my preteens, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you ever seek any kind of medical attention, psychological? Do you feel that you can cope with that?
Nope, I never really seeked help, actually. I just accepted it as a part of me. I wasn't really ashamed of it. It just was what it was.
Next, the detectives asked Kevin about the notes he left all over his mother's apartments. This actually surprised me because I thought the notes in question were going to be, one of those notes. But per usual, Kevin is just being gross.
Let's talk about the notes that you wrote. How many notes did you write?
3.
3. There was one in the living room.
Yeah.
That one was addressed to who?
Desiree, my sister, because I knew she's a good girl, but rather sensitive. I knew she would lose her head if she kind of saw that.
Do you remember what the note said?
Keep your head. Hurry. She might still be alive, although I highly doubt it, in parentheses. Something along those lines, yeah. Sincerely.
But when you wrote the note, you knew your mom was already dead?
Oh, yeah, I knew it.
So you're just messing with Desiree by writing that she might still be alive?
Yeah, my sick sense of humor. Okay. I was pretty well off my rocker by then.
Kevin then discusses his escape plan and how it quickly failed.
In your mom's bedroom, what did that one say? Do you remember?
Chase me.
Was that addressed to the police or to who?
I was in a very playful mood at the time.
Okay.
I just wanted to run. Just wanted to see how far I could get. But
yeah. So what? Your plan was to leave town, or what? According to one of the notes that you wrote.
Oh yes, actually, yeah, the Greyhound bus. I was gonna try to get out of the state or anything really.
But I guess something else happened. You ended up at somebody's house.
No, actually.
What happened?
I told you my plan was foiled because she talked to me. She said my sister's going to come pick me up now, like in a few minutes. Go live with her, and that's when I said it's time to act, now or never.
I see.
I just went over to their house to use their phone, and then I was using their phone, so I thought I might as well tell them when they asked me questions. I mean, they had questions on using their phone.
Where was this at? Where did you end up at?
Ultimately, I ended up in the backwoods of a ditch.
Here in town or out of town?
Robstown.
In Robstown. How did you get over there?
In Corpus Christi, I biked halfway, and then I got to the train tracks, and then I ditched the bike in the thick woods, and then from the train tracks, I just walked.
To Robstown?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came up to was it like the first house that you saw, or how did you go to this house to ask to use the phone?
Initially, my plan was just to run as far as I can, but then I ended up crying my eyes out in like the thick woods, like, what did I do? And I realized, you don't know what you lost till you've already lost it. And so I knew that my life wasn't going to go anywhere, not anymore, so I just kind of gave it up midway.
What brings you here other than your life? You just give up on life now and you need to tell somebody what happened, basically, right?
I guess, yeah.
Your inside you want to do one thing, but your inside tells you more, like your heart, right? It's talking out of your heart. You know? You feel sorry you did this to your mom?
In a way, yes, but I wouldn't take back what I did. It's strange, really. I did love her. In a way.
Has she been mean to me?
Oh, no, she's been the best mother.
Okay, so there's nothing that she did?
Oh, absolutely nothing, no.
If I was to ask you, what did she do to deserve this, what would you answer?
Absolutely nothing. I'm a cruel, disgusting person, yeah, basically.
I think that him calling himself a terrible, disgusting person might be the understatement of the year.
How did you come up with the idea to kill her and have society?
How did I come up with it?
Yeah, was it?
It's been a developing idea. My brain.
But you haven't gotten ideas from games or videos, or you're not into some of those dark games?
Some things inspired me, but they did not necessarily plant the seed. You get me? They didn't plant the seed, but they did egg me on, rather, I guess.
Is that the books you've been reading?
Not necessarily. I watched them. I recently got into watching some foreign movies, creepy stuff, not necessarily mainstream horror, the kind of stuff that you keep away from.
Oh, okay.
Like, what kind of foreign films is Kevin referring to? Also, I love how the detective is just like, oh, okay, all casually.
So are you into witchcraft? Anything like that?
No. Not right. I guess it sounds kind of, strange.
I'm just interested because it's something unusual and you're here telling us about it and you appear to be a nice guy. You appear to be a good guy. You're not yelling and screaming at us.
You seem very rational.
You're very rational. You're a pretty good guy. This is what I'm trying to figure out, that's all.
Well, despite how I ended her life, I'm kind of more fascinated by the more artistic ways of murder, the meticulous manner, the way they cut them open, just slice them to pieces. I mean, such care, such love.
Such love.
The hammer come from that you used?
From her drawer.
Okay.
Yes.
And then after you killed her, you just left it there? The hammer?
I did.
Yes, because you saw a hammer there next to her body. That's the one you used?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was some blood in the knife, but you said you never used it? I guess just blood just from where you grabbed it around the...
Oh, that knife. Actually, I used that to stir her brains up a little, but then that didn't really work out, so I just kind of decided to delve on it.
Did you do that in the living room or the bedroom? Because we found that it wasn't in the bedroom.
I may have started out. So. Yeah, actually, I used the knife in the living room, and then didn't I take it with me?
So her brains were already kind of coming out in the living room when you dragged her?
Yes, but she was still snoring like a baby, and so I just kind of dragged her.
Explain to her how you grabbed her so that you wouldn't leave such a mess in the carpet. Did you carry her from underneath the arms and just dragged her, or how did you drag her?
It was very sloppy, actually. I kind of just winged it. I dragged her from her shirt. I dragged her by her legs. I dragged her by any way I kind of felt.
Okay.
I don't really exert physical labor too, so I'm not a very strong person.
Stirring your mother's brains with a knife sounds neither loving, artistic, or done with care, Kevin.
Siblings do you have? Is it just you and Desiree?
I do have a half-brother, actually, but I haven't seen him in a long while.
Does he live here in town or no?
He doesn't.
Okay. How about Dad? Where's Dad? He's not in the picture, your dad?
No, not really. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an idea where he's at?
Probably somewhere in Fort Worth, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And you lived there with your mom at the Windrush Apartments? What's the apartment number there?
1707.
You have your own bedroom there?
I do.
Okay. Alright. So the note where you wrote the plan that you were going to leave town and kill your mom, kill your sister, that was the one that we found there. We found it in one of the bedrooms. Not where your mom was, but the other one. That was your room?
Yeah, that was my room. The big, blank, floppy looking, yeah.
Okay. But your sister didn't live with you guys?
She did.
Okay.
There was a magic marker there on top of the little desk here in your room.
Magic marker?
Like
Permanent marker.
Like a marker.
Permanent marker.
Okay, permanent marker, yes.
Is that the one you used? It was on a little like folding table. Is that where you wrote your notes?
I think I just grabbed a piece of my old schoolwork and just kind of...
The detectives then ask Kevin how he performed in school. My guess is not very good since he's using his schoolwork to write notes taunting his sister and the police.
How do you do in schoolwork, man? Going back to school, how do you do in schoolwork?
Pretty mediocre. I never really could muster to even really care. I mean, I guess I excelled in English for all that was worth.
Okay. How about sports?
No, I don't like sports.
You don't like sports? Football, I know that. I know you're a little small for football, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Ray High School.
Ray? And you were in 10th grade?
Yeah.
Next, the detectives ask Kevin if anyone knew of his plans, if he considered himself disturbed, or if he planned to kill again. His answer probably won't surprise you that much at this juncture.
Did you ever tell anybody else what your plans were? That, what you wanted to do to your mom or your sister?
No, but over the years, there were hints. As a younger boy, I was a lot dumber, a lot more angsty, I said things, but I guess they basically brushed it off. I guess the hints were everywhere, but they're my family. Family looks past that kind of stuff, or they try to not look at it, I guess.
Let me ask you, at this point, what do you consider yourself? You consider yourself, I'm going to use a dirty word, okay, but I don't mean to insult you, okay? Do you consider you mentally disturbed? Do you consider yourself crazy? What do you consider yourself, any of those? Or you think you're okay? You just got some bad thoughts?
I'm not mentally disturbed. I mean, I'm sane. I know exactly what I did. I know that it's wrong in the traditional sense of wrong.
Hello.
It was just a fantasy you had, and you had to carry it out.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Now I feel vaguely, kind of like I'm done.
So,
you still feel like you're done with your mom. You still feel like you want to keep on killing? To keep on, with other fantasies? Or how do you feel?
I came here to pay for my crimes, so I guess I should continue with the truth. Truthfully.
Yes, definitely.
I would kill again.
How about us? You think you want to kill us?
Oh, no. Rather, men aren't my thing, actually.
Women?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't. I've never had a girlfriend.
No.
Why am I not shocked? Also, good. You'd probably kill her too. You have a type, remember? Just listen to what he says next.
Your fancy of killing a woman. What would your fancy killing would be? Your ace killing, what would that be?
This is a little peculiar. I'm on camera. Okay,
I'm not surprised at what I'm going to hear, but you tell me.
Maybe dressing up in a nice suit, sneaking into her house, disabling her boyfriend. I'd bring a pretty dress with me to dress her up in. I was always into strangling, but after that last blunder, I guess maybe something big and sharp would be more along my thing.
Cutting in here for just a sec because YouTube doesn't like the D word that Kevin's about to say next, as we learned when we covered Nora Mukadam's case. He said that he wants to remove her head from her body because he, and I quote, likes his women dead.
I'd dress her up, I'd stitch her up, kind of try to work the head back on, perhaps. And then I'd go to town, and it would be a night to remember. And then I'd kind of just burn everything and run for the hills.
A night to remember. I have a feeling Kevin actually doesn't like women at all. His date sounds like a Cannibal Corpse album cover. But just wait, there's more. He also likes cats, dead cats. If you don't want to hear this part, feel free to skip ahead about 15 to 20 seconds. I wish I hadn't heard it.
Lost your virginity to a corpse.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What happened?
Oh, well, just last night, my mother, yeah.
Okay, not somebody else. You're talking about your mom.
Yes.
Okay, so before that you had never had sex?
Well, I guess since I'm being quiet about it, I might as well tell you now. And it's on the note too, the PS part. We used to have a gray cat named Claire. Oh yeah, Beast is a thing of mine too. Now you know. And so I strangled it, I drowned it, and then I cut it open, and you know the rest. You kind of get the rest.
Yes, the cat, the dead cat.
Yeah, ripped it open, stuck it in there. Yeah.
You ever had a live person?
No. No.
So that your thing, having a live person, that doesn't turn you on. It's dead thing, dead person, dead animals. That's what turns you on.
I don't necessarily mind. I don't have standards or morals. Body's a body, and in the end, it's a piece of meat. I guess it's harsh to say, but no, I don't necessarily mind.
A piece of meat. Okay. So next, the detectives start asking about Kevin being a danger to himself again. Kevin told them no, that he was there to face the music and whatever happens, happens, and that there was no happy ending for him.
I think your punishment should be.
Whatever the judge, the people, the jury deems fit, I can rot, I can suffer for years, or I can give them the death penalty, whatever they think.
What do you think you deserve? Killing your mom? Mom?
I deserve to rot and suffer. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, I want to give you some options here. Okay. 10 years probation, 20 years in the pen, 100 years in the pen. What do you prefer from those cities?
Name them again.
Probation, 10 years. 10 years in the pen, 50 years, or 100 years in the pen.
100.
The maximum. Right?
I suppose. I mean,
I admire your mind, man. You don't sit here and try to baby yourself to death.
Came here to face the music, I guess. Just gotta.
Yeah.
Right. It is what it is.
Country brother, man.
I really hope that Kevin washed his hands. Oh, right. He took a bath because Kevin Jr. was dirty.
Anything else you want to add about what happened that's important that we should know?
Not really. I'm sure interested in other colorful details.
Have you ever heard your sister?
No, I haven't.
No.
Anybody else?
No.
You didn't ever kill anybody else or anything else?
Oh, no. Yeah, that was my first.
You ever been on Blucher Street? You ever been on Blucher Street?
Is he referring like
Blucher Street?
Blucher Street.
You know where Blucher Park is?
I haven't.
It's a large area of Karankawa, Tankawa.
It's down the street here in the uptown area. I had a woman that was killed back then. So.
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, okay.
And maybe
This is your first time you're saying, right? That you killed somebody?
Yeah.
A person, not an animal?
Yes.
Do you want to know what's going to happen to you now?
Oh, sure.
Okay, very simple. You're going to be booked at the county. First, you take the city facility. You're charged with murder. Then you will be transferred over to the county, where, of course, you'll go to the county jail. They'll set a bond for you and everything else, and if you can afford to get out of jail, then so be it. And if you can't, sit there and chill to your trial. Okay, the trial, you can plead not guilty and you can go to trial and let a jury decide if you're guilty or not, or you may be able to cut a deal with the district attorney for whatever time you want to cut a deal for. Okay, spare the jury. You know, in a jury, of course, a jury of 12, you might have several women or several men. The thing to remember is all those people have had mothers in the past, and they may not be too proud of you.
Oh, of course. I don't expect people to think very highly of me after this.
Hey, but like I said, I admire you for your honesty. You were honest with us, and you didn't try to book. Okay, and you're like a man. You came out here and took it like a man.
In the end, Kevin was formally charged with his mother's murder and was taken to the city detention center. The following day, Judge Jose Longoria appointed him an attorney and set his bond at $2 million. He eventually did plead guilty to all charges. At a sentencing hearing on Wednesday, October 8th, 2014, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 2044. It took the jury less than an hour to decide his fate. Although the death penalty is an option in the state of Texas, it was off the table because Kevin was not charged with capital murder. At the hearing, his sister Desiree had harsh words for her brother, telling him, "You took the only person who had your back. Now you are all alone." It should be noted that before going to trial, Kevin was offered a plea deal of 60 years and a chance at going free one day, but he turned it down. He's currently serving his time at the John T. Montford unit in Lubbock, Texas, which provides critical mental health and medical care to incarcerated individuals with complex needs.
In April of 2014, a benefit was held in Kimberly's honor at Daddy-O's Burgers on McArdle Street in Corpus Christi. There, the community showed up to support Desiree in her time of need. Kimberly's memorial service was held on April 11, 2014 at the Memory Gardens Funeral Home, also in Corpus Christi. Her final resting place was at the Hickory Grove Cemetery in Grove, Oklahoma, just south of where she was born in Miami. On her obituary page, Kimberly's family posted dozens upon dozens of beautiful pictures from her life. So many that it would have been impossible to include them all in this episode. We'll leave a link in our pinned comment if you wish to have a look, because it's very clear that Kimberly was very well loved. In closing, we'll leave you with a comment posted to her obituary from a woman named Betty Silvas. I really feel that this sums up exactly who Kimberly was. It reads,
Kim was a bright spot in the lives of my mom, Carmen, Concha, and me for several years. Kim cared for my mom with such love and compassion as she cared for all of her patients. My mom was the last patient she saw on the day she left this world. Kim was a beautiful person on the outside and the inside, especially. She shared so much of her life with us during her visits that we came to think of her as part of our family too. We loved her and miss her so much. Kim was a very intelligent woman, very humble, very fun-loving, and filled with a true joy for living. Her great joy was talking about Desiree and her pride in her beautiful daughter's accomplishments. Kim was a woman of grace, a fighter for justice and kindness, and especially love. She could be sassy. No one could resist loving someone so wonderful as Kim. Kim will live in our hearts all of our days until we can join her on the other side. I hope and pray that I will see her there waiting for me when I cross from this world into eternity. Till then, we love you, Kim, and will keep you and your family in our hearts and prayers. God bless your family, and may Almighty God keep them safe from all harm.